Just know that you cannot put on your shoe or slippers into the parlors. If you go into the parlors, then you just take off your shoes. At the front of the parlors, there's a place you take off your shoe, then you keep it, you enter the parlors. So after you, hello family, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about things you should avoid when you're traveling to Ghana. So the number one thing you should avoid when you're traveling to Ghana is don't give an elderly person anything with your left hand. Your left hand, don't use it to give an elderly person anything with your left hand, because they all believe that your left hand is for butt. You use your left hand to wash your butt. Left hand is an offense. So if you want to give an elderly person anything, don't use your left hand, because it's very, very annoying and offensive to elderly person or even to anybody. So don't use your left hand to give anybody anything. So another thing that you should avoid is that don't talk back when an elder is talking to you. Don't reply. I know that maybe you have things to say, or maybe the person is wrong, you are the one that is right, and you want to just defend yourself. Don't defend yourself. Allow the person to talk. Just listen. Just allow the person to talk. Anything that the person wants to say, just allow the person to talk, because it's an elder to you. So don't go and just be saying that I'm the one that is right, you are the one that is wrong. No, just listen to the person. When the person finish talking, you can, if you want, you can say I'm sorry or no, then you should just leave. The thing you should avoid in Ghana, you don't fight in public. You do not fight in the public. I know sometimes someone might piss you off, as in to the point that, you know, sometimes somebody will offend you to the point that you even want to slap the person. You don't do that. You don't do that in Ghana in public. Don't do it. Even inside your house, don't do it. You don't fight anyhow. Even if the person offends you, just try, manage, hold yourself. Another thing you should avoid, or if you want to live in peace in Ghana, you don't greet an elderly person with your hat on your head. Maybe you greet the person, your hat is on your head. You don't do that in Ghana. It's an offense. It's a big offense. So you don't greet an elder with your cap, with your hat on your head. You need to remove the hat before you greet an elderly person. You need to take your hat off, then you greet the person. Because if your hat is on your head, it's like disrespect. It's like insult to those elders. So just respect and take off your hat whenever you want to greet an elder. So another thing you should avoid is that don't argue with an elderly person. So it's just similar to don't talk when an elder is talking. This one, don't argue. If an elder is talking to you, don't argue. Even you are the one that is right. You don't need to argue with that person, because they are always right. Elderly person in Africa, they are always right. So you don't need to argue with that person. Just listen to the person. Whatever they're saying, you just listen to them. Because if you argue with them, later, at the end of the day, you will still be the one that will go and beg them, because they are right. An elder is always right in Africa. You don't have anything that you want to say that they will say that you are the one that is right, because they are elder, they are senior to you, so they are always right. Don't just argue with an elderly person. So another thing you should avoid if you want to live in peace, don't fart in the public. As in, you farting in the public, maybe it's normal. Don't fart in the public. So, and even if someone fart in where you are, don't do like you are the one that is perceiving it and you smelling. Just keep your nose, keep your nose and keep your mouth shut. So just get it. Maybe if you live there, you can say it with your friends, but don't just say, and this, you are the one that farted. You are not, just zip. So another thing you should not do, or you should avoid in Ghana, is, as in, when an elder is talking to you, you look the person with a bad eye, like, I don't know if I do it well. So don't do that, because if you use that eye to look at the elderly person, is a big offense. It's a very, very big offense to that elderly person. It's the sign of disrespect. It's even a sign of insult. Another thing you should avoid in Ghana is Easing is an offense, is another big offense. So you don't have to ease when somebody is talking to you, most especially an elderly person. Maybe they're talking to you and you don't just want to say anything, then you just, is an offense. Is an offense. If you're going to Africa, so you know that that thing or that easing is an offense, most especially in Ghana, is the big offense. So you don't need to ease when an elderly person is talking to you. So another thing you should avoid, maybe you're going to the palace in Ghana. So this is an important information. Maybe you want to go to the palace or so. They don't put on slippers in the palace. Not only slippers, shoe. If you're going to the palace. So when you get to the palace, you need to pull your shoe before you enter the palace. Not you wearing your shoe into the palace. I don't know, maybe it's what will I call it? Tradition. Maybe it's a tradition, I don't really know, but you don't wear your shoe into the palace. I don't know if it's a sin or, but I just know that you cannot put on your shoe or slippers into the palace. If you're going to the palace, then you just take off your shoes. At the front of the palace, there's a place you take off your shoe, then you keep it, you enter the palace. So after you are done with everything you came to do in the palace, you're going back home, you can go back to put on your shoe, then you leave. So another thing you should know, that Ghanaians, they are never on time. They are always doing African time. So maybe you have an appointment with someone and the person did not come on time. Just know that they are not always on time. They always do African time. It's the part of the slowness. Everything is slow. So they always do this African time. So if you're having an appointment or you're giving someone an appointment, the appointment will be starting by 3 o'clock. Just tell the person that the appointment is starting by 2. So that maybe 1 hour African time before the person will be doing his slow before the person will come to the place. The time will be 3 o'clock already. But if you say it's 2 and you know the occasion or what you want to do is starting by that 2 and that's the time, then the person will not keep up to the time because the person will be late. So the person will be late. So just know that they are not always on time. So I'm ending this vlog here so that I will not go and start talking too much. So if you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, like and share my video, and give it a thumbs up. And see you guys on my next one. Bye bye.